YouTube. So my friends on YouTube who are also joining. So some of you are some of you have been complaining of not being able to watch Maiyegun's Diary on YouTube. So Maiyegun is also live on YouTube at the same time as Facebook. So thank you so much for joining me again. So as usual, I'm going to say it or say everything the way I think or the way I see it. And you can listen to me with an open mind if you want to enjoy the conversation. You can phone in as well to contribute. So tonight is going to be an open mic. So thank you so much for joining me. If you read the caption of the broadcast, let's start from the social media and hate speech bill. So I am going to show you tonight why I believe and why you should believe as well that the social media and hate speech bills, these two bills are sponsored to protect Buhari's family because they believe that they are being bullied and therefore something needs to be done in order to protect them. It is a family protective bill. And I'm going to show you the, what do you call it? I'm going to show you the instances, references to why everyone needs to brace up. No matter how much they try to pretend about it, the message is the same. People hate Buhari's family. Those who criticize Buhari's government are not criticizing Buhari's government. Buhari's government is a failure. They are criticizing Buhari's government because they hate Buhari's family. And Zahra Buhari also came out. People actually paid to go and listen to her. Yes, to go and, they paid 10,000 naira to go and listen to her, where she told them that people were bullying her, accusing her of what is wrong with her dad's government. So, which means, and she said she supports the bill because with that bill, those of you who are abusing Sarah on social media, you will be hanged. That's the plan. Then Mrs. Buhari, Aisha Buhari, the most, the chameleon, she also came out to compare Nigeria with China. That Nigeria is just a country of 180 million people. Meanwhile, China has a population of 1.3 billion people. So if China could control their own people, what makes it wrong? Why is it impossible for Nigeria to control our own 180 million people? So I'm going to break that down at some point. It is about control. Everything is about power, control, influence. We, powerful. You know what I mean? Influential. And everyone else, they are just like, commoners, ordinary Nigerians. So we'll talk about that later. And even from those who actually initiated the bills, if you have listened to them, you will know where they're also coming from. From some of you who believe that Buhari is going to marry second wife. That message alone, they believed, would have divided Buhari's family. So because of that, let us put up a bill, social media bill, for those who are sharing things on social media about Buhari's family. They can be hanged. And the second thing we will talk about is this new one that is sounding like rumor. And I'm going to tell you that it's not rumor tonight. It is about the tax clearance for bank accounts from next year. So for those of you who have bank accounts in Nigeria, from next year, you will not be able to access your bank accounts if you don't present your tax clearance. So you need to go and get tax clearance. You need to go and get TIN number, TIN number, BIN number, or your BVN. Everything linked together now. So from next year, you will not access your money if you don't present your tax clearance. They need money. Nigeria is broke. So also, Buhari negotiating with Sowore. You have heard the news. So they were trying to stop him. They want to bribe him. They've done every other thing. they've been unable to break him. So now they are trying to bribe him, promising him everything that you can think of. You know what I mean? Everything. We'll give you this, we'll give you oil block, we'll give you that. So we'll talk about that today. So, but because Sowore is rejecting their proposals, they are now threatening to take him to Kuje Prison. They have refused. They have refused to honor court order twice. Now, because they can't have their way, they have decided to go back to that court. That court should give them right to take Sowore to Kuje Prison. No wahala. So I would also love to talk about this rogbodiyan going on in Lagos between the O-Pay, O-Right, O-Boss, O-Mugus that is going on in Lagos, and how they have. It has been happening anyway, but people who have seen abnormal things as normal have been defending that. Some of you have been abusing me. Some of these Buhari degenerates, not these Buhari things. We have seen the Lagos. That's the Lagos. Keep pretending. Keep pretending that everything is all right. Keep pretending that those who want things to be different just for your own sake are those who hate your Tinubu. Keep pretending. I've been reading your comments on that because to you, I wanted to make the government look bad, as if to say I was the one who signed the contract on behalf of a Lagos state government with OPay, so that they could authorize, they could have a clearance to ride their bikes in Lagos. Maybe I was the one as well who gave MC Oluomo 50 million naira. Maybe I was the one who led OPay to the office of MC Oluomo in Oshodi to give him 50 million naira, right? In order for OPay bosses, O-Ride, O-Ride, O-Boss, so that they could be allowed to load passengers across Lagos State. So maybe I was the one who did that. Now that the police also want their own share, they want their own share of the free money, and OPay is no longer sort of ready to give them money. The police are now going after the rights, arresting 300 bikes in a day, 300 bikes for whatever violation they called it. But we know what is going on. So maybe I was the one. So talking about it now makes me the one who wants to make the government look bad, because I was the one who signed the contract. I was imagine a government. If I want to, the most legit way to believe that everything you want to do as a businessman is legit is to deal with government directly, because government makes the law. The same government regulates the law. So if you deal with government directly without middlemen, at least you won't expect it to be, you would not expect to be, sort of to be, cheated or defrauded. So they went to government. They signed the agreement with the contract or whatever they call it, memorandum of understanding. They signed that with the government. So who is more powerful than government? But for peace to reign, the normal tradition of Lagos State, suffering and smiling, pretenders, living in denial. So they have to go and give what is Caesar's to Caesar. So the same government, the same government that gave authority, gave license of operation to this company, the same government is so incapacitated that the police and the agberos, the thugs, the political thugs, there are so many in Lagos now. And, more people will be put out of job somehow, even the graduates. Some of you graduates who are defending APC, defending PDP on social media. Some of you are OPay riders too. Graduates riding Okada, right? Now you will feel cheated, like, you are living under that kind of life. But whenever we raise the point up, you are so triggered, you are so angry, you are embittered. You want to defend it because to you, we are trying to make the government look bad. I don't write all right. Are you with me? So there's no way Agbero can stop me anywhere. Not even your police. Nobody. Most of what I talk about affects me. No. You know what I mean now? So talking about them is just to call your subconscious mind to stop accepting what is wrong as right. What do you want the Agbero to be eating if they stop Agbero in Lagos? What the fuck is that? And you are educated, right? So a working government knows that there shouldn't even be any Agbero anywhere collecting money, collecting any tax. The only authorized body to collect tax in any responsible country is the government, and those the government delegate that power to. So is MC Oluomo delivering money, or the NURTW, are they delivering money to Lagos State government? You know they are not, but they are delivering money to someone else, and you know that, Abi? Or to you, that is normal. That's how it should be. We want things to be okay. That's how it should be. And you are living in that shitty place, where most of you will be 5 people in one room, or living in one dingy place that sometimes you have to swim to your room to get into your apartment. But when we talk about it, you feel bad. You are triggered. You want to defend the same criminals, and the same way, the loopholes that could have stopped, probably bring proper development to the people. The old loopholes, you know about them, but you support them. So in your state, one of the things that he did that actually, sort of won my heart for him was his step when he first warned the thugs, the Agberos in Ibadan. He told them, listen, if you don't stop all this, your wahala, I'm gonna proscribe you. I'm gonna proscribe you. They didn't believe him. They didn't believe he had the balls to do it. It was just about 2 weeks in office. And he told them, they had a meeting with him, all these Agberos in Ibadan. You know the Agbero Ibadan. You know how they be. If you don't stop this, I'm going to proscribe you. It's a straightforward threat. And they didn't believe him. So they went on, still doing their jaga, and he proscribed them. Today, the whole money they are picking up in Ibadan, the whole money these thugs, these illegal bodies that have become part of us, and they have become normal. The money they are illegal money they are collecting from people, all the money are now going straight to the government of Oyo State. Now Sheyi has more money to spend to develop Oyo State. Now it's going to change Iwo Road, and you know Iwo Road is their headquarters. After Iwo Road, you move to Agodi. From Agodi, you move to Bere. From Bere, you move down to Molete, and you go on like that until you get to Challenge. But you know Iwo Road is their headquarters. Sheyi is ready to give that place a new face, whereby it will be difficult for any thug, even under any government, to come back and claim we own this garage. And that's what should happen in Lagos State, so that you can see real development and stop being, I'm talking to the Buharidins and the Buharididiris, those programmed buffoons, those ones that will defend anything. And those ones that always feel like when you talk about the thugs, the criminals that they call leaders, you are abusing them. And it's not acceptable. You know what I mean? So, social media and hate speech bill is a family protective law to protect President Buhari, his family, his children, and those who are the sycophants around him. Hate speech and all of that. And I'll tell you the genesis. I have a caller, but I'm not taking calls now. So relax. Give me just 5-10 minutes to just go over this. And then we'll start receiving calls. The moment the moment this Jibrin of Sudan, Jibrin al-Sudani, became an household name, an alternative name for Buhari, Aso Rock became worried. Genuinely, they became worried. You know why? At a point in the country, even those who believed they were so close to the president, when the president was sick and he was in London for over 120 days, those who were supposed to be sort of close to the president were in the dark. So they were relying on social media of what was going on. And the rumors were rife. Buhari is dead. Buhari is buried in Saudi Arabia. There was even a picture of a supposed image of a supposed Buhari. So this shook Aso Rock to foundation, to the point that, civil servants, even within the corridors of power, they were just murmuring, is Buhari not, are you sure I got this news? This news is so reliable. told us that Buhari is dead, this and that. Then after that came the name, Buhari just recuperated. Oh, Buhari has now become, is becoming fresher, younger and stuff like that. Buhari is being replaced, is cloned. To the point that they were asking Buhari, other head of states all over the world, they were asking Buhari whenever they meet that. They were reading about this. People were saying that you are cloned and all of that. And he jokes about it. There were reports. So it was becoming more embarrassing and embarrassing, right? Then, when that stuck, when Buhari finally won second term, or rigged himself in second term, it was a time, like a payback time, to say, you know what? These things will get worse as much as we don't protect Buhari now. And to these dunderheads who are the sycophants around the president, starting from those senators. Then after Buhari won second term, or rigged himself in second term, then came another rumor that Buhari was going to marry the now Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Natural Disasters, and, in short, the minister in charge of trader money, in the market money. Who were the other ones? These other guys. Empower. And the poorest Nigerians that Oshibajo were giving money to then. So the rumor came that, in fact, Buhari will get married on a certain Saturday. That rumor was so thick that even Aisha shook. Are you listening? Aisha herself believed the story, and all of these stories were coming on social media. Then after that, a video was published by Maman Daura's daughter, one of Maman Daura's daughter, of an event, an altercation that happened between the First Lady and the family of Maman Daura, who happens to be Buhari's uncle. Back then, when Yusuf Buhari had a motorbike accident and he was recuperating, in the National Hospital, I think at the time. So they said, I think it was in Germany. So they were to bring Yusuf back, and they were to prepare that particular quarters, that is currently housing Maman Daura's family. And Maman Daura's family were expected to move so that Yusuf Buhari, when he came back, he could, moved into that apartment. So that led to altercation. You saw the video, right? So at that point, it was like generally believed that Aisha Buhari was done with. And in fact, Buhari was going to get married that Saturday. So Aisha was made to return back to Nigeria after about 3 months away. She had to return back to Nigeria in order for her to quickly just gain ground again. When all of that, and when Aisha returned to Nigeria, Buhari approved all the special aids, special advisors, and blah, 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 blah for her office. So she thanked Buhari. That was to say, no, she's still in charge. You are not getting another wife. Don't worry. She's going to be a minister. Yes, she's going to be a minister. So don't worry. For you to know that you are still the First Lady, here, all the list, names you submitted as your own special advisors, SAs, PAs, for the office of First Lady, approved. So 2 days after Aisha came back to Nigeria, Aisha just gave a press release that I want to thank my husband. I want to thank the president that approved all my requests. Some of you saw the story, Abi. Yes, you saw the story. I believe you saw the story. So she thanked her husband. That's to say her place was secured. Now, this time around, she had no choice to also dance along when the preparation was rife to move this to the next stage. So who are we going to protect as Buhari's family? Aisha must be part of that. Since Aisha is going to be protected, why not? Let us go out there and encourage our people to make sure that they support the law so that we can stop hate speech. We can stop, hate speech. We can stop, what's the other one again? Social media bill, where you can stop fake news. Fake people want to stop fake news. Everyone, 99% of sane Nigerians know that APC is a fake people. As in, conglomerate of fake people. They lie, they deny their lies, they lie again to cover that lie. They come back again to deny the lie, and they then want to prosecute you for being insistent. You still asking. I said I didn't lie. That's not what I said that time. You misquoted me. So now, for Aisha to be part of those they will protect, she's been settled. Everything is all right. There's no much of rancor anymore until she come out again. Maybe when they shook themselves again, she will come out again to condemn the government. Then we have Zahra Buhari. That one is like her father. Let me be honest with you. She is, if she was a son, in fact, she will be the replica of Buhari. Among all Buhari's children, she's the one who has sort of shown the trait of that cunning, attention-seeking, then, this sense of entitlement personality. Buhari has a sense of entitlement personality, like she is the savior of everyone, right? So, you people should worship me. You should see me as someone who wants to save you. I don't need your money. I am not interested in money. I'm not interested in anything. I just want to save you. Why can't you see that? You know what I mean? That's who Zahra was and still is. Before 2015 election, she was on social media. She was very to the point that people created like 1,000 or 1 million Zahra Buhari accounts on Facebook, on Twitter, because she was everywhere. The bomb. She was getting the attention, steady. So they have what they call the Arewa Twitter, Arewa Facebook. If you follow them, you will see that some of those people you call the illiterate, some of them you are only seeing just a filter from their group. They are on social media, steady. So she was everywhere. She condemns, she writes a lot. In 2015 election, and people went for her as usual. So she was hurting too. And she is still hurting. So it's time for her to come out and tell her story. So, and she knew her own audience. She said, pay 10,000 naira. I will tell you how to be confident because I have been there. I have been bullied. People have abused me. People have cursed me on social media. People have called my father's names. People have blamed me for my father's mistakes. They have blamed me for my father's, incompetence. People have bullied me. Come, I'll tell you how I survived Nigerians bullying on social media. And in fact, why you must support social media bill. Why you must support hate speech law. And people paid, the Buhari didn't paid. So God be the glory. The children of maybe police commissioners, children of ministers, children of governors, children of appointees of different governments, it's just going to be a chicken change. Just go out there, go and have a conversation with Zahra Buhari, who will tell you and teach you how to be confident in case if you find yourself to become president's daughter or president's son in the future. And she complained. From that angle, she believed that Nigeria needs law to stop people just abusing president's children anyhow. And she's right. I think we need law to stop us from abusing president's children. And we also need law that says you shouldn't use public fund to educate your child or your children. Send your children to school from the salary, the legal one, not the stolen ones. So we need laws too, okay? But I actually agree with her. We need laws. Then Aisha Buhari from nowhere, the chameleon, just jumped out from the bush, boom. She wanted to tell us about China. I remember how Buhari Dins and the Buhari Didiris, the Buhari Denotus and the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus and the Ngoziaris, the Bele lecturers and the Mumu lecturers, the Mumu Madus, the obedient fools and the humbled slaves, and so on and so forth. I remember at the time how much they vilified Peter Obi. They even gave him a name. to lie, something like a to lie, but they spent it like, I mean, they spelled it like a Chinese or something like that. Something to lie or China, Chinese. They name Peter Obi China. Peter Obi the China. Because Peter Obi was referring to China's economic development, how they grow their own country from the scratch to what it is today, bottom-up approach. You know, they said, shut up, Mr. Trulai. So those of you who know what they call Peter Obi, remind me. Some of you know what they called him then. Zahra Buhari just jump out from the bush and started comparing Nigeria with China. Nigeria has just 180 million people. Just 180 million. Can you imagine? China has 1.3 billion people. See how China control their country. Meanwhile, China is a communist state. Nigeria is supposed to be a democratic country. A first lady of that country, the first lady of a democratic country, the first lady that became first lady because people voted to make him, to make her husband the president, now couldn't find anywhere in the world where democracy is being practiced, like Nigeria, where they treat their citizens the same way Nigeria treats her citizens. She couldn't find any. No, that would be too much. Let's use communist state, where party people, they have just one single party, and you have to belong to that hierarchy of that party. You elect a leader, and that leader will be renewing his mandate until he says he's not interested again. That one supreme leader is like an emperor. That's who a Chinese prime minister is. It's like an emperor. So she wants us to be controlled like China is controlling Chinese. But she doesn't remember to compare us with that same China in the area of electricity generation and distribution, in the area of education, in the area of infrastructural development. She's not comparing us with that. If Nigeria has a 24 hours power supply, and the roads are fixed, the unemployment rate drops, and the police become normal people, not animals, and your soldiers are not protecting kidnappers, killing police to protect, to rescue kidnapper. I mean, when your politicians are now being hanged simply because some of them use, money to buy fuel, to buy petrol or fuel inside their generator, when they are supposed to be in darkness. If the country is in dark, you stay in the dark. You as a minister. Because of that, you have committed a corrupt act. Go and hang him. So when your politicians when we start hanging our politicians like China, like China does, then you can control us. That's it. It's not for me to go to school. If I want to become a rebel that want to criticize the government as a Nigerian, I will leave Nigeria. But I know Nigeria will be so great, so beautiful, technologically. You won't be arrested on the street because you are carrying a laptop. Because an illiterate police officer believes that you must be a Yahoo boy. And he believes so much in that until he's ready to extort you. So maybe when Nigeria is like China, then control us. Yes. Anybody steal money, hang him. Anger. But she won't do that. That's not what they want. They are rogues, they are thieves, and they need to protect their family. They need laws. Because there's more to come. A lot is coming. That is going to make, in fact, so at a point, many of you will ask yourselves that, wait, Buhari shop when she or waiting. It be like, say, this guy no even care, no send anybody anymore. Like, no. You know that, Abi? We are already there. And that is why today, DSS, that only answered to the president alone, has been what? Has been denying or has been disobeying court order conveniently. And the officers, they are not being charged for the contempt of court because they are protected by the president, because they are only answerable to the president of the country. So Buhari is keeping Sowore. He wants him to leave the struggle. Stop saying revolution now. Every time you say revolution now, I feel like I'm being overthrown. And every time I remember what happened to me in 1985, I don't want it to happen again. Can you promise not to say revolution now? While they are talking, she will shout a revolution now again. They say, oh, Dala. Shege. Like, this guy will never change. We'll give you this, we'll give you that. You can go back to your family in America. We'll cancel the case. There's no case against you anyway. You didn't commit any crime. But just stop saying revolution now. Buhari is feeling like he's been overthrown. Don't die. Now, they are saying that they are going to take him to Kuje. So they will go to, what do you call it? They will go to a judge. I don't know. They know that they can get away with anything. Nigerian judiciary is currently dead. And don't tell me that I shouldn't say Nigerian judiciary is dead. I should commit a crime first and see that Nigerian judiciary is not dead. I will not come to Nigeria to the point that I will get any opportunity. I mean, I will ever have any opportunity of appearing in front of any of your judges or in any of your court while Buhari is the president of that country. Forget it. You're deceiving yourself. And once I know that, why would I want to risk that? Why would I want to appear in a court whereby, no matter what they say there, if someone out there who is drinking burukutu when the judges were reading the judgment, can just say no. Fuck it. Who is the judge? My friend, go and throw that nonsense away. Who is the judge? Which judge? Tell him I'm holding him. Is that the country you think I want to come to? For their pause. So, but people will continue to demand for the release of Omoyele Sowore. We will continue. Nothing will happen to him. There's so much pressure on Buhari now, and it's going to get worse. The more the Nigerian government keep Omoyele Sowore, the more they are going to be faced with serious protest that no one can determine what that can lead to outside that country. Yes, you have to be walking and looking back or looking on your shoulder as a Nigerian politician working for Buhari. The longer they keep Omoyele Sowore in prison, you can do whatever you like in Nigeria, but there are Nigerians living outside Nigeria as well. We are tired, and at some point, some of us will start reacting, although we have started reacting in a way. So it will get to that stage. It will get there. So continue to disobey law, continue to disobey the court orders, and continue on the path of leading Nigeria to a lawless country. It's already there. We are already there, by the way. But they should continue. They shouldn't put a break on it. So the line is opened now. Okay? I think I've had that, I've had that a few times to share that. So whatever I want to add, I will add that later. So the line is opened. If you want to make any contribution to this program tonight. Thank you. I have one caller. My first caller. This number. Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from. Good evening, sir.
I'm Augustine. I'm Augustine Okuba.
Augustine Okuba.
Calling from Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, my brother. What do you have for me tonight?
Yes. The first topic: social media bill.
Yep.
By the grace of God, it will never work because we are human beings and we have our right to speak. So government cannot do anything to close our mouth from speaking of their corruptions. It will not be possible by the grace of God. Secondly, about Sowore, he should stick with his agitation. Like Nnamdi Kanu of the Igbo people is doing. Because the Nigeria of today is not benefiting anybody. So we should come together. If everybody go his separate way so that you have a peace of mind in your house or whatever you are, in your business premises or anywhere. Because there is no peace, no security, nothing is working in Nigeria anymore. So everybody should come out. Let's fight the war together as Nigerians.
Thank you, Baba.
Because the Nigerian stuff is not working anymore, bro.
Thanks a lot, Baba. Let's hear from others too. It's good to hear from you, my brother.
I must commend you for your wonderful works.
Thank you, Baba.
Maiyegun General.
Thank you. And thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for always watching. Because if you are not there, if there's not, if I don't have you guys, there's no Maiyegun. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one, yeah, Baba. Nice one.
Thank you. And thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for always watching.
Can you please turn off? The broadcast itself so that we can hear ourselves? Yeah.
Yeah, I've already turned it off.
Nice one.
Good morning from Australia.
Oh, good morning from there. So your name and where you're calling from?
Onyeka from Australia.
Lovely, Baba. So what do you have for me tonight?
Yeah, basically the problems we have is that lack of education in that country has killed us. Like it's killed us completely. Lack of education. You know what's up now. You live over there. You see how stuffs work. You don't get privileges for everybody. It's not for few people. Look at what Zahra went to say the other day. They bullied her. They did this. They did that. What's cyberbullying? Cyberbullying has been there all this while. Your father is not doing well. People will lash out. They will lash out at you. They will lash out at your family and all that. Then basically the politicians, the problem is just lack of education, I think. The politicians will use religion, use everything and package lies and all that. And when they get into office, they will tell you nothing is, they didn't say that. They didn't say this. They will
start denying. And when you persist, when you continue to ask them, they will say you're bullying them.
They will lock you up.
It's called cyberbullying.
They will lock you up. Cyberbullying. Just say, come and see cyberbullying now here. What is cyberbullying? People come to you and say you did something you actually did and it's cyberbullying. Imagine. Well, I don't have much to say.
Thank you, Baba.
Job and all that. But we'll still survive. Some of us have survived it already, so we are trying to bring others to survive with us.
Well, the sooner the better. Hopefully, it will work soon because the path we are trekking. I mean, we are treading now. I don't know the end of it, but we'll see. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, sure.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Nice one, Baba.
You too. Bye.
Nice one. So, I have another caller. Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, this is Ola as usual.
Ola, my brother. Alpha, how are you? Adiola. How is it going? What do you have for me tonight?
Okay. Yeah, just a quick one. The hate speech bill is very unfortunate that these people want to do everything possible to keep us silent. They just want to silence us. They don't want any critique or anything.
Why are they afraid? The question is, why are they afraid? They came to power through hate speech, through lies. Were these people not the same people who called Jonathan Ologogoro drunkard? Who called Patience Jonathan Shippopotamus? Illiterate. Were these
Buhari
not the same people?
Have you forgotten that Buhari thanks social media on Twitter?
Exactly.
That for winning him the election. So they are afraid of social media is the only place they don't have control over. You know, this government in the constitution, they have control over everything. They have control over our forces. They have control. So there's just one thing they can't control, which is the social media. And once they gag us on social media, if they can control it, man, we are gone. Nigeria is gone.
But it will get there because, they have the capacity to shut social media in Nigeria, shut down internet in Nigeria, or shut down even Facebook and all that social media there in Nigeria. They have the capacity. So people will have to be using, people will have to be using code and all that to access but how many, do you know how many people they will cut off?
Exactly. So they can't afford. Social media has really given them a problem. You can see even at the protests of these guys that went ahead for the protest to say, okay, we don't want social media period. I don't know if it was the video.
I saw that too.
The Ali Moshe honorable that came, someone by his side was telling us, this is the honorable oppression. I've said it before. I told you on this show, oppression is somewhere in the DNA of the black. We like oppression too much. Imagine you talking to your honorable. You elected him in the office. I'm supposed to talk to him what I want and what I don't want. And you are here telling me this is abhonorable, this is so we should mind how we talk to him on camera, that kind of thing. I don't know what these guys, that's how they feel. They feel like they're doing us a favor, and you have said it multiple times, and I agree 100%. You said these guys, if they do one road, it's like as if they're doing us a favor. If you remember what you said.
Because they will ask you that, why didn't the last person do it? Why didn't you fight that last person? And you'll be like, but we sent the last person away because they didn't do it, and we elected you so that you will do it. Why are you now referring us to the one we sent away? Again.
It's just the way they see the people. When you strip up the people, you strip them of their, you strip them naked,
everything.
Now you drop crumbs on their table, and they feel that crumbs is a food to them. So that's just how they are playing us. And as for Sowore, please make, in my own opinion, I think it's high time Sowore call off the agitation or anything. The other guy said he shouldn't call it off. He is not the one in prison. He is not the one at TSS custody. This guy has a family in abroad. And Nigerians, if Nigerians were coming outside protesting every day, same way shites are doing, I would have said, okay, fine, you should continue. But with the way Nigerians are doing, everybody's going to the club. Everybody they go.
It's like things are just normal. Like everybody's just going about normally and all that.
Everybody take they dance, they go, everybody they on their own. So I want young shaka and young people. So in my own opinion, Sowore should just drop their issue or anything. Let them, they like it. Everyone, they are okay with it. It's fine with them. As far as they have a church to go to pray that God should provide them light, electricity, power, everything will be fine to them. I already said that one of the reasons why people will never report in that country is because of this religion. Religion is available. So if they don't have any place not to, they go to the church and this is not about there's Christianity, of course. I have seen Christianity here. The way they do Christianity here is different from the way Africans do Christianity. Christianity here is like helping helpless people. But back then at home, it's something entirely different. It's slavery.
Thank you so much, Adeola.
Sorry, bro. Just 30 seconds, please.
All right, man.
The moment your pastor is accused of raping someone in church also, and you didn't bother to you didn't bother to accuse him, say, you did this, you didn't do this. At that moment, what are you supposed to do? You just came on social media and start defending your pastor. It's no longer Christianity, it's already slavery. So, and a lot of Christians are on this table. You know what I'm saying?
Even now, Adeola, you see, I like the angle you are actually bringing this in from as well. It is not just religion; it is like a general mentality of the chunk of the people, and it is due to the continuous abuse, continuous assault, and all of that on our different psyches over time. There are people naturally. They want to feel enslaved in a way that, because they believe that they will have something like a reward, being nice.
Yeah, exactly. They need to find somewhere to put their comfort on. And once they don't see it, they go somewhere else. On a normal day, in normal circumstances, you and I have lived here in abroad. We put our trust in government. One government put policies in place. We benefit from it all. But Nigerians don't get that. So what else do they have to do? In the church, they'll start telling them, no matter how, look at the prayer they are praying, no matter how Nigeria is bad, it will never be bad for me and my family. Say amen.
And that people will say amen.
Reason now. That kind of prayer. So everything will still continue to be bad because what they are doing is about their own self and their family, and everyone is just on their own. Mm-hmm. So in that kind of place, corruption will always, breed. They will be breeding corruption, and
because favoritism will be the order of the day. Yes, people will do things because they will get reward for it. So even when it's wrong, they will do it. Yeah.
They want to come and give testimony in church and show pastor that your prayer has worked too. Yeah. This and that. Woman, you told me that she's a witch. I've gone to tell her. That
she's kind of dead. Thing. She died overnight. I know. Thank you, Adeola. I'll let you go. We are managing the time tonight, It's a pleasure hearing from you. Bye-bye. Nice one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Hello there. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, good evening, Jonah.
Good evening there. Sorry, your name and where you're calling from, Baba?
This is JJ from somewhere in London.
Lovely, JJ from London. What do you have for me tonight?
In fact, you really try, brother. you are one of those guy we call no retreat, no surrender. You never relent. We'll keep it short tonight. You see, as we always say on this platform, there's a lot of things going wrong in Nigeria. And I think the solution is very simple, which is what we have to concentrate. The solution to this problem of Nigeria, from the 8 bill Sowore or tax in your tax card in the bank or whatever, the solution is very simple.
Go ahead, I'm with you.
King's people, the kings of Yoruba land, if they are not sleeping, by now they should be gathering themselves and be conducting a meeting and revolt that we want to go. Because there's no, though it is hard, because why I said it's hard is, like what I said once upon a time, if you remember on this platform, whoever will stand for Nigeria would rather sacrifice his life, and he will be a military man. He will kill and kill a lot of people from religion, Christian, Muslim, whatever. He will kill them. He won't more than 6 months. But whoever come after him would lead that country as to the destination. Because why? There's some things that we need to look at, to brother. Even with the family, we've been brought up, as your former colleague said, in such a way that we have to, the respect we give to ourselves. Even when some people speak English, they still put the respect into it.
That's right.
So now, when you see the politician, when somebody from the street get up, he want to do in politics, the herbalists will support, pastor will support, and trust me, brother, if you witness what is going on behind the scene before the politics.
I witnessed, though. I have to tell you, I witnessed it, though.
The juju, the prayer, the everything that goes under. The people of Nigeria, mostly the West, the Yoruba, and the South, because most of all this North, they come to Nigeria, they come to Yoruba to come and get this juju. So they have people, everybody is like there's some things they will do that they will put. Anybody who eats the rice, who drink the water, who spend the money.
Who use the bathing soap, because they share soap too, and they share wrapper, they share Ankara, share all of that.
Before they share all those things, do you know what they conjure on it? I know some people will not believe what I'm saying now, because, and I can't blame them, because that's what they see. They only see the naked shell of the egg, but they don't see the yolk inside the egg. So now, what are we going to do? We should pray that country separate. Because when they say country separate, guess what will happen?
Tell me.
It's hard. It's easy for a Yoruba police officer. When it comes to arrest Yoruba man, there's a way you can talk to them, you will understand you.
And the Omoluabi in them as well.
Yeah, the Omoluabi in them will be easily brought out. But now, as Nigeria is now, if anybody commits a crime, you take him to police station. If Yoruba man arrests a Yoruba, when he take him to police station, what he will do is he will just hand over to Igbo
because
man
they need to extort you.
And dodge that case. Before you know, they say who arrested him is not around. It's because of they will now use it like ethnicity to cover up. But if it's we, it will be easy to talk, because the Yoruba from Osun or Ogun or Ondo or Ekiti or Kogi speaking or whatever, no matter where he comes from, so far you arrest a Yoruba in a Yoruba country, he knows that if that Yoruba just point a finger, he will shake body. He will knows that something bad is going to happen to him. So therefore, the Omoluabi in them will be more than
they will behave. They won't be like all these rogues and all that.
You now
they even say, you know, language is a very powerful thing, right? Once you enter a hall, if you enter one hall now, if you enter a hall, right, and then you see loads of people who are like probably don't speak your language, yeah, and then you just see this one person that just walk by and say Ekaleo, you'll be like, oh my God, like you've seen something that is so valuable, and it's the same thing. Language is very powerful.
I speak 8 languages. Any country that I speak I am speaking their language. The moment I saw them speaking that language and greet them in that language, they are shocked. Immediately they compose. They compose. So now, I don't want to take this our discussion out of.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
You see the Sowore matter. The Sowore matter. I've told you, they will release Sowore. He's not a sellout person, and it's not because it's a Sowore. There's something about most of the Undo people. Everybody from that place. Some of them that if they want to start say A is A, B is B, the one that will compromise by now will be compromised. You understand? So let me put it, the stubbornness of standing by what you believe is in them generally. So that's why Sowore is still there. Because if I read on news that they've tried to meet him and whatever they discuss, they don't let us know. It means they want to bribe him to keep him quiet. You understand? Now, Sowore will be out. I have no doubt of it. But you see all this our banking. Go and show your tax. Brother, how many of those people in government paying their due tax? I have a registered company in Nigeria. I know how much I'm paying every month. I pay more tax than the king of my city. I pay more tax than the governor of my town or of my state. I can boldly say it. All the receipts are with me, and I do receive their email whenever it's being paid every month. Both the VAT and the clearance tax clearance. But now, tell me, is it the people that is in the village or in the farming who have never come to the city for about 2 or 3, who manage to have some change in the bank, you will now ask them to go and pay tax? There's no.
You just want to take some of the money from people.
No electricity, no hospital, no nothing. Then you ask them, brother, the Nigeria have reached the place where everybody has to go. And the last thing I will let you know, if Nigeria divide today, what will happen to the northerners? It will be worse than Sudan, South Sudan and Sudan. Because why? It's we the Yorubas and the Hebrews that are protecting the Hausas from the Fulanis. I don't know if some people reason it this way. If Nigeria should divide today, what will happen between Hausa and Hausa will be so worse than South Sudan and Sudan. Because why? If you look at the way they are ruling Nigeria now, you will know that even the North are not, the so-called Hausa among the North are not happy. There's a Kuje, there's a Fulani, there's a TV, there's all those people among the Hausa tribes. So it means the reason for keeping us together now with the force or whatever is because they need us, we the South, to protect themselves. So these are what is happening.
JJ.
But by the grace of God,
I really appreciate your. Thank you very much.
Let's keep it that way.
We will. Thank you very much, sir, for your contribution. It's so detailed. Have a good evening, sir. Take care.
Yeah, you too, sir. Thank you so much.
So I have another caller. Good evening and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello. Hello there. Can you hear me? Hello there. You're true to Maiyegun's Diary. Yeah. Can you turn off that broadcast a bit? I mean, turn down the volume of the broadcast, please.
Yeah, I've turned it off. Mike, I've been trying to get out of you on the phone, but I'm happy that I can get you now.
I'm happy that I get you too, yeah. So what do you have for me?
Yeah, a lot of people have been contributing, and I appreciate what people have to say. But, I find this thing so offensive that our politicians are showing their level of illiteracy on social media. Trying to stop people from criticizing the government that is not working. That shows the incompetency of Buhari and his Buhari thing. And his Buhari digging like you normally say. But you know one thing, the Hausa people are killing themselves because these people, they have no education. That is why Nigeria is facing this problem. See, you talk about the union the other time. Mike, we see all these programs you bring up on this social media. I love it so much. That shows your level of reasoning, the way you can reason and the way you can turn things around. See, nothing is going to happen to Sowore. Sowore is still going to rule that Nigeria. He's still going to rule that country. Look at Tinubu. Tinubu is facing the greatest disgrace of his life now. This guy don't give a damn about Tinubu anymore. But
people believe that. Did you believe that? Because something happened. You remember something happened there when Buhari won the election, and they were trying to select Buhari's ministers. If you remember, Tinubu wrote his own list and sent it to Abuja. In that list, there was no Fashola in that list. There was no Fayemi in that list. But there was a game they played that eventually Tinubu saw the signal and he ran away from Nigeria to Equatorial Guinea. From there to south of France. The new place he just bought a palace now, before 2015 election. So he ran away then. Then when 2 years after that, they brought him back as reconciliator of APC. You remember?
Yes.
Now, when they brought him back as reconciliator of APC, Buhari had to travel to Lagos to attend Tinubu's birthday, which Tinubu never believed because they've shut him out after the election in 2015. They've shut him out completely. In fact, he thought very soon they will come for him and arrest him. So he ran away. So when they brought him back as a reconciliator, he still never really knew what they wanted to do. So when Buhari now attended Tinubu's birthday in Lagos, that's how they brought him over for the second term agenda, right? So now the rumor is the rumor is rising again. That's why I'm asking you, do you think they are up to something with Tinubu this time around again?
Let me tell you something. Buhari, Buhari is an ineptitude man. And he knows that Tinubu, he has money, he has brain, but he's a fool. They are just using Tinubu. They are using Tinubu to win Yoruba land. They are using Tinubu to enslave Yoruba people. See, all Yoruba kings will not do nothing because our kings are illiterate. See, they have money, but they are poor in mind.
I like that. I like that line. Poverty of the mind that makes billionaires in that country.
These people are rich, but they are poor in mind. I'm flabbergasted to see that these people are not even holding a meeting talking about the release of Sowore. They cannot say anything because they are also slaves in their own land. Can a slave help a slave? Our others are slaves because all they're just looking for, they have no integrity. Do you know the way how these Hausa Fulani treat our others? They know they only come to Abuja to take money. But our pastor. Now, Nigerians, everybody is now going to church, going to study Christian religion study, going to study Arabic religion study. Everybody is just looking for a shortcut to make money. But Nigerians are not facing the reality. Look, Nigeria will always face this problem until they start investing in education, until we start changing our mindset. Our mindset is the problem. I am from Oshodi. Oluomo is the one controlling Oshodi now. Oluomo,
see what is going on.
together.
See what is happening to the what this guy is all right, OPay and all of that. This story is real, Baba. I mean, like in Lagos right now, the OPay riders or whatever they call them, they are like more endangered. So some of them are now going out of their way of the training and all of that they give them to make them look different, to now become hustlers like the regular bikers. Because, even if you put on the uniform and all of that, you could still pay Agbero anyway. So why not just Kuku become Agbero Okada rider and ignore OPay rider, whatever it is. That thing is happening in Lagos
now. Let me tell you one fact. If you want to know about union in Oshodi, all this Agbero in Oshodi, I can give you fact about these boys. We grew up together. I'm Oshodi boy. They know me too well. But we will never agree. They know me too well. Look, these people are hired killers. They kill. And Tinubu is the one sponsoring them. Is the one behind all these things.
I remember one time when they declared MC Oluomo wanted. Lagos State Police Commissioner declared him wanted. Meanwhile, MC Oluomo is being protected by SARS, who are also under the command of God knows who, right? But they declared him wanted.
The chairman of Oshodi Sowore local government. Why Tinubu compensated him to make him a chairman is because his father, gave Tinubu thugs, hire killers to kill people. You see, we need to change our mindset, the way we think. If we can change the way we think, Maiyegun, please, I will want you to continue this program.
If they don't shut us down.
A lot of people.
If they don't shut us down.
There is no way they can shut you down. It's impossible. Before I can leave Oshodi and change my way of life, you know that I'm pissed off with everything about Nigeria. When you tell people facts in Oshodi, they will tell you, they will burn your houses. They will dismantle everything that has to do with you if you don't comply with them.
And they will get away with it. They will get away.
Because they want, not because they love what these people are doing, but because they have no choice. This Mamok they killed of recent, his house is just beside my house. Mamok is a killer. It's one of the higher killers they use. It's killer versus killer. So, when it comes to this area of a thing, if our governor is a real man, he should stop all this rubbish. All these area boys, they should flush them away. After all,
but they brought him to power.
They don't donate any money to Lagos State government.
But they brought him to power. They brought him to power. How do you think that's possible? Ambode tried it. He's a loner now.
That is the point. Because Nigerians are backing them. You see, the best food in Nigeria are the Lagosians.
And they won't accept they won't agree with you. They are the smartest.
The biggest food. And they will tell you, I lost school Akawi. They are not educated illiterate.
They are. They will not agree with you.
Look at all these fools coming from nowhere to control them in Lagos State. Look at Buhari. Buhari, who is Buhari? These people are scared of Sowore because Sowore, this guy is, the brain is too much. The brain is too much. You see, the liberated people in Nigeria are few. The big fools are much. That is why I'll keep on saying this. I love Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi Kanu speaks, he speaks with a lot of facts. And I love his boldness. You see that they quickly want to shut him up. They escaped. That is why they don't want to release Sowore. They know Sowore is far, far better than Nnamdi Kanu.
They can't deal with two powerful, angry Nigerians at the same time.
Two powerful people, yes. And there are more Nigerians that are still going to rise up. I'm telling you, Maiyegun, please keep on with this program.
Thank you.
We here in London, we are also working on that G.
I actually give you guys kudos. So you guys are trying, every time you rise up then to go to this Nigeria house, to go to the Nigerian embassy, I always feel this butterfly in my tummy. Like, yes. You know why? Living 10 hours or 11 hours away from you guys is no joke. And you know what I mean, right? It's not something you can just dash in, dash out. But when I see you guys stand up and, I always feel like, yes, that's it. Thank you, Londoners. I appreciate you. London, take it back us. Thank you. So I'll let you go now because we will round up now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Nice one, Baba. Have a good evening.
Thanks.
Yes. Nice one. I'm going to take this last caller. Hello there. Good evening, sir. Your name and where you are calling from.
Brother.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, my name is Kuje from London.
Sir Lex. What do you have for me tonight?
Yeah.
You are my last caller tonight.
Oh, okay.
So I will give you uninterrupted 3 minutes, and I'll let you have the floor. Please go on, sir. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have 4 points to make.
Oh.
First of all,
yeah.
On the issue of Bola Tinubu, if Nigeria has not broken up before 2023, leave me, Tinubu will be the president of Nigeria. Southwest, Tinubu is the sole owner of Southwest. Kogi, he has reconciled with what is his name, Yaya Bello. He forced that guy. Well, what is
Faleke.
The lawmaker Faleke. They reconciled, and in northern part of Nigeria, Tinubu has so many supporters for the fact that he supported Buhari, and believe me, Buhari is going to work for him.
You don't believe sorry to cut you there. Sorry to cut you in there. You don't believe in all these other destructive stories and all these other stories as anything serious.
I don't believe.
Okay, lead me on. Lead me on now. I'm following you, sir. Continue.
Yeah. Because as I am, I'm a gifted dreamer. During the Obama time, I was talking to some people. They said that Obama would never be the president of America. I saw it in my dream. And I told people here in London, I said, God revealed it to me. Obama will be the president. It happened. When this man, this our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, I said he's going to be. He became. And on this Tinubu, I saw it. Believe me, if Nigeria doesn't break up, but let's leave that aside. I don't believe on all this propaganda happening and all that.
I'm with you.
On the issue of Sowore, my advice, Nigeria is not worth dying for. Believe me. In a sane society, people should be on the street day and night. By now, they should have forced the government to release Omoyele Sowore. But everybody are just moving as if nothing is happening. It's only even our what do they call them? Civil society
organizations.
They are all quiet. Do you see them coming together to say let's do something? No. All they do is talk on paper and nothing. Again, no action. And this is why I said, if I happen to be one of the closest associates to Sowore, I will tell Sowore, any deal they give you, as long as you don't collect money from them, As long as you don't collect money or collect them or take any position from them, just leave. Leave Nigeria. When they are tired of the oppression, then maybe they will fight back. And the third thing is on the issue. I don't know whether you heard what happened to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer.
Of course, Pastor Ejiofor.
Yeah, they burnt his
I said
house.
Pastor, Barrister
They killed
Ejiofor.
so many people in his house. And now they wanted to kill that man.
They've declared him wanted too.
They declared him wanted. And my advice, and I wrote it on my page, I don't care. I said the only message Nigerian government, will understand is our people should go spiritual. They should go traditional. All these Nigerian armed forces, once we go on voodoo, once they are getting missing,
voodoo.
Once they are getting missing for just no reason, they are dying for just no reason, and no one touches them. No one carries gun.
Who will die? Who will die? The police or those who are? I don't understand.
Police, army, air force, and all that. Once they are dying like chicken, my brother, whoever they will be posting to southeast or anywhere in the south, they will think twice before they act. They will think twice before they act.
Is that not going to be counterproductive? Because if you do voodoo,
we don't need to be going physical with them. We should go spiritual. We know, and we still have we still have people who have these things. Let's deal with them spiritually. And once they are dying like chicken, believe me, nobody wants to die, my brother. We'll send it over.
Nobody.
Once they are dying like chicken, they will retreat. The Nigerian government will be forced to call the Southeasterners to the table for talk and say, okay, what do you want? Okay, we want referendum. We want referendum. We want to know whether we want referendum if we still want to stay in this Nigeria or not. But fighting with them,
they were not fighting. They came. I think they came to effect an arrest that wasn't normal. So you know what I mean now. So then people try to defend the place.
I know they are not the one fighting them. But in a situation like this, the best thing
is to go voodoo straight.
Is to go spiritual.
Thank you so much. The fourth one, I think you said you wanted to make 4 points. You've exceeded your time anyway, but I'll let you have the last one.
Okay.
Do you want to add that now, yeah?
Anyway, it's okay. Let me leave my brother.
Because someone is actually telling me that this caller is a professor. It's like you have a list or a book in front of you and you're just picking it one after the other. Thank you so much, Sakule, for the contribution. And then, my regards to everyone over there in London. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Nice one. Yeah. So that is that is our last caller there, Sakulex from London. So the situation has got to a point whereby, I think we should bring back our voodoo. Okay. So, and they still exist anyway, but they call them village people. You know those village people, powerful people that can see you through FaceTime or see you through a mirror and all of that. So maybe we should bring them back to help us stop these people who are working for government and killing Nigerians needlessly. You know what I mean now? So, or we just bring... There was a time that even in the north, there was a time that they had to bring together vigilantes. Vigilantes that are like Abidjan. Like we have them in, this Odua OPC. Like we have them in Yoruba land, and then, they brought them together to go and fight Boko Haram. And they did try, because there are those who have been trying to ward them off. It's just that unfortunately, Boko Haram killed many of them. Like they killed, they have voodoo, they have all of that. They understand the terrain. Those who really understood the terrain at the time, they did it quite, great job. But they were not they were not fighters. They are not guerrilla fighters. So Boko Haram as well, So hopefully we'll be able to gather enough voodoo people, since our policemen are not Boko Haram. So they may not have what it is. But I don't support anything that will kill anyone. I don't support that. So if you can do anything that will make them, when they land, for instance, now if they bring Operation Python, what do you call it, or Operation Monkey Dance, or Python Speed to Yoruba land. So when they are coming, if you have any capacity, the voodoo that will just make them change their mind, and they will start, filling up the potholes all over the place, and keep the road safe, and they will dismantle all of that police roadblocks on the road, and they will clear the road for people. So if you can do things like that, I will appreciate that. And when they are done, we let them go back to. You see this green passport, this Niger passport, yeah. It is called Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS e-passport. So Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sedero, whatever that was, ECOWAS. I got it in London here. So ordinarily, this passport should take me to all the West African states, all the West African countries. But with the closed border, Nigerians in Ghana are now being threatened to leave the country. Businesses of Nigerians in Ghana are being attacked. This will be the fourth time in the last 2 months that this is happening in Ghana. So they said because Nigeria shut the border, even though Nigeria signed the free trade agreement, the African Free Trade Agreement, which allows Africans to move goods and services among, within the African continent, all these member states. So, and Nigeria is not honoring that. Agreement. So this passport now will soon become worthless of what it is, because other African countries will also try to, at least if Nigeria is not going to honor this trade agreement and other free movement of goods and people, then the other African countries will react at some point. So if there's anything that needs to be done to stop smuggling in Nigeria, I believe that those who are bringing things into the country, those who are smuggling most of what they said caused the border closure in the western part of the country, in the western part of the country, the smugglers have their roots, and they work with the customs agents and all that. The smugglers don't bring their goods through the border most of the time. They said, another reason they gave was that so many people are using African countries as the landing borders. Then they will want to move wherever they've imported from abroad into these African countries, because the what do you call it? Is it import duties or import charges in Nigeria is quite expensive, according to these guys. So they decided to just land their products, their goods in other African countries. Then they will now drive them into Nigeria, where they will just have to pay some sort of a ticket fee at the entrance. So thereby making other African countries or West African countries to rake in more money than Nigeria should, when in fact these goods are going to end up in Nigeria by road. Quite an interesting excuse there. But at the same time, this can also be controlled, in my own opinion. So, but what do we know? Zahra Buhari said, you don't even know why some decisions are being taken. Everybody is just talking. They are abusing me because of my daddy's decision, when some of them don't even know why they take that decision. I don't know why Buhari shut the border, but every day they keep dishing out different figures that makes them feel justified for doing that. If the Nigerian custom is not generating 1 trillion every day, they will be generating a 9 point something billion every day or every hour. You know what I mean? Oh, they've generated 2 trillion in 3 months. Oh, they've generated 100 billion in 2 days, and so on and so forth. So, still, Nigeria is borrowing to finance our budget, which means the border closure is affecting Nigeria. Now, they are telling us now that inflation is rising, and it is due to the border closure. But they won't tell that or the consequence of that statement to the ordinary Nigerians, right? They won't say it to you. They will just tell you that it's for your own interest. In fact, rice is now everywhere. Our farmers are now producing more when they've got nothing to be supported in any way. In the last how many months? 2 months or thereabout. So we'll keep talking. We will not stop talking. Omoyele Sowore, the what do you call it? Our own president. I love calling him. I actually love calling him president. President Omoyele Sowore, because that's who he is to me. The one I've come to accept as the right person. If I have to elect a president, if I have to vote for anyone to be a president, that I will call my president, I'll do so for Omoyele Sowore, right? We want to believe that they will deploy all tricks in the book to get him to be, sort of coward or bowed in a way. But like Sowore, one of my callers said, Sowore is an Ijaw boy. And they will always speak the truth. And so far, so good. As much as they try to paint him with different brushes and all of that, they are yet to convince us that Sowore is who they say he is. Because, it's who they say he is. But the reason why they hate him or they don't like him and so on and so forth. But we know the Sowore we know. Buhari has swallowed fish bone. Are you with me? It will take an operation. What do you call it? An operation, I'll say, to get that off his throat. He will continue to be embarrassed. The London that he always runs to all the time will soon become inhabitable for him. And then it will be extended. The more they keep Sowore in detention, the more they should continue to watch their back. And for those who are watching me all over the world as well, I believe some of you are also Sowore supporters and then believers in Nigeria. And for some of you who were never Sowore supporters, but now you can see this, this tyranny being taken too far. And some of you are angry. Some of you are upset. Some of you are really, really, really angry. Because one, to you, Buhari is making a Sowore popular. He doesn't deserve what he's getting from Nigeria right now. And you are angry. But guess what? There are millions of other people all over the world that are angry too. But there are those that always put actions to their anger too. And you see these politicians who believe that they've conquered everyone in Nigeria. They've taken over the security system. They've taken over the judiciary. The National Assembly is now their dustbin where they just drop anything for approval. But guess what? We will always make outside Nigeria a different ball game for them. The longer you keep him, the worse it will become for many of you. And we know it will get there. So, finally as well, for those who want to control Nigerians are already majority of those who are backing the government are already interested to be colonized, to be enslaved, call it whatever you want to call it. Just make sure that it comes with favor. There's something that is attached to it. Either a bag of rice, smartphone, subscription every month, and so on and so forth. For those there, we know 80 or 90% of them are very much comfortable and in love with their chains. But guess what? Some of us who are not in Nigeria, right? We've already took off the chains from our wrists, from our neck, from our ankles, and so on. So it will be difficult for Buhari and his cabals, even Aisha Buhari, that is looking for a Nigeria that will be like China, where they control 1.3 billion people, where 180 million people shouldn't be a problem, right? There are more outside Nigeria that you can't control. And there are those you should be worried about. You see those ones in Nigeria? Some of them have given up. There's nothing much you can do. You've done everything. You've traumatized them. You've abused them. You've made them so worthless of themselves that they are ready to lick your asses. They are ready to call you their lords and savior and so on and so forth. But there are some of us that are so far-reaching that you can't get close to. You will never get close to. And we are those you should be worried about, not those ones who have given. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time tonight. I've enjoyed myself, and I hope you also did. It's late. Tomorrow, I'm going to do my normal standing Yabis podcast in the kitchen. That's where we always like a no oats bar. For my callers tonight from all over the world, thank you for your time. And to my viewers, all of you who started with me, and at the same time, you are still very much here to the end of the program. For those of you who joined us midway, to enjoy this, when this broadcast ends, let's go back to the beginning. Watch it from the beginning. It will make sense to you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good evening.
After the election, where them do, we still they wait for the change, All the promise when they make, it don't they be like saying a fake, Where the money, where the food.